HANA, HANA replication. HANA, the HA replication topic here. So high availability replication here. High availability replication here. So what is this HANA high availability replication here? So the backup and restore that we completed. So then HANA HA high availability. So databases will play the very important role here for SAP applications. For every business, DB is very important here. So they are the multiple users here. They are the multiple users, business users. They will connect from the different presentations, different layer. They will connect to the our SAP application, right? So this SAP application, if you connect this SAP application into the one database, so that is fine for the smaller organization. So that non-priority related businesses, that is fine here. But there is a high priority businesses, mission critical applications here. So in that case, for them, for them connecting to the SAP is very, very important for them. Their day-to-day activity is connecting to the SAP, especially for the banking sector, mission critical like applications. Connecting to the SAP systems are very, very, very important here. So that is the reason we need to, we need to, so how they will SAP also they will install in the high availability as well as they will install the DB1 also in the high availability concept. So this high availability concept is like a, so same as like main, they will install the one more database, they will install it here. That they will call it as the secondary DB. DB1 and DB2 secondary DB, they will install it here. DB1 and DB2, they will install it here, right? Once the secondary DB installed here, so what will happen here, right? There is a virtual IP concept here. In the virtual IP concept here, what will happen? So this DB1 will connect to the here. This is also will connect to the here. So SAP will connect to the this virtual IP. This virtual IP will point to the node primary and secondary. So, sir, as of they will do the business from here, they will do the business. So they will log into the SAP system. SAP will send the data to the primary. SAP will send the data to the primary system here, right? So it is sending to the primary. But this is the secondary, the fallback system, fallback server. Fallback means, so in case of DB1, something is happened here, then immediately this will switch over to the here. Means this will be the main IP. DB2 will be the main IP here, right? Sir, what about the data? Well, because SAP, all the transactions are there happening from here, but that is storing into the SAP DB1 level, right? Why? Because as of now, DB1 is configured here. Then, so here DB1 is configured, all the data residing into here. So suppose example, there is a sales order. People are created the sales order. So from here, the sales order SAP level created, but that will store the data into the DB1 level, right? The sales order data stored into the DB1 level. So once he's created, then he's gone for home next day. So next day, due to some issues, the DB1 is down. Then if the DB node is one node is down, he cannot access SAP. That is very important for them, right? So then in that case, we have the fallback DB2 is there. DB2 node is there. Then in this case, what we have to do? We need to configure the replication. We need to configure the replication from primary to secondary. So replication means replicating the data from primary to secondary node. What data? Any data which is coming in this database level, whatever the data is there, any data we have to replicate to the DB2 databases here. In this way, so yesterday I created the sales order, it is stored into the DB1 level. Then when I log into the today to check the status, but the data is not available. Why? Because the customer system is not available. Without database, SAP also will not be up. In that case, the data should be replicated to the here. Then then we can bring up the db2 node. Automatically db2 node will come into the primary, so all the operations will active from here. Sir, until DB2 node, all operations are happening in the DB2 database. Then what about the whatever the transactions are happening here, how it will sync to the here? That is called the reverse replication. Again, the reverse replication will happen to the primary, secondary to the primary. It will happen here. Why? Because this is the primary now. Then primary to secondary, the replication will happen. Then primary to secondary, replication will happen. If in case of it is primary, from here to here, replication happen. In case of this is primary, this here to here, the replication will happen here. That is called the reverse replication and forward replications here. They are the types of replication modes are there in SAP here, right? Synchronous, asynchronous, and and sync mem. There are the three types and operation modes are there. So these are the modes are there that I will explain it. So okay. The main thing is that this is the DB1 and DB2 nodes we have here, right? SAP DB1 node and DB2 nodes we have here, so that DB1 will switch over to the DB2 in case of failover. So how to configure these methods? How to configure this method here means how to install the secondary DB, what are the precautions we have to do that one, how to install the primary, then what are the replication configurations we have to do that one. This one we know how to install the HANA database, any host that we know. But here there are the some pre-steps we have to take it out when you are doing the this replication work here, right? So there are the some mandatory pre-steps here. The main thing is here when you are installing, so we have to install HANA SID, same SID on both the host. Here you should require the two host here, right? Replication. So we have to install HANA same SID on the both the host, including instance number as well. Including instance number as well. Means here HANA SID, here HANA SID should be the same, right? And HANA, 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 HANA version also should be same as primary. Both the host HANA version should be the same. Simple say HANA version should be the same. Okay. These are the pre-steps which we have to so consider. HANA version. So which means here you installed one HANA version. Here I have installed one HANA version means that is the different behavior. So here DB1, DB2 should be same or DB2 should be higher than DB1, but it's not be the lower than DB1. Okay, remember this one. So DB1, DB2, both the should be same either, or DB2 higher than source. Then replication works, but not lower than source. Remember that one. DB2 is higher than source, not the below, not the lower than source. So it won't work. Okay, remember that the conditions here, right? So then HANA version, same SID, same HANA version should be installed on the same. Then once you done it here, both the host, HANA is up and running on the both the host here. Then so here once the both the hosts should have the same SID, once your installation is done, then switch copy the SSFS keys. Copy the SSFS keys. Copy the SSF keys from the primary to secondary. Primary to secondary, we can copy it here. So here there are the some SSFS keys here under the global directory. Under the global directory, there is a security under. There are the keys here. The keys we have to copy from primary to secondary. Why? Because to maintain the same, so file system structures, file system keys, we have to copy here. Otherwise, the replication will not work. These are the mandatory steps we have to perform. The fourth step here, copy the access of keys from the primary to secondary here. The second one here, once the keys are copied from the primary to secondary here, the primary to secondary here. So what we have to do? So restart the secondary system, restart the secondary system to see so whether secondary is coming up or not. Why? Because sometimes what happens after the restart, after the keys copy, step number 3, so secondary will not be started status, will not come into the status here. That is the main thing here. Also, check the connection. Also, also check the connection test from so db1 to db2, db2 and vice versa. So connection test should be ping. Ping is the command to check the connection test from db1 to db2, db2 to db1. So we can use it here. This connection test we can use it here, right? So that is what we can do that one here. Connection test we can check it out here. So ping command, using ping command, we can check that one here. So 104, this IP is the 104 KPS4 on our server. Just want to show you the ping command, how it will work. 104 KPS4 HANA 104. There is a IP got changed. Okay. So here I can log in. So then you can use basis user here, right? So see here, let me increase how the connection test works here. So it knows behavior change and this one. Think space KPS4 HANA. You type it, so it will connect it. See, it is not connecting. You have the packets loss here. So which means, so you have not correctly configured the etc host file here. etc host file is not correctly configured here. So then, why? Because here the KPS4 HANA host, the IP is here, the 104 here. So 104. So then, right? So ping KPS4 HANA. So it is connecting here. See, you are getting the response. Then ping space your DB2 node. So KPS4 HANA 1. So then, so like that, you have, if you connect it here, it will work here, right? So we have the two hosts here. KPS4 and one more host I will check today, which is available for the replication configuration. So that we have to do that one, right? So that is installed. That is installed here. Now you see your database is up and running or not. DB info. Yes, DB is up and running here, right? So now let's see. So you guys are saying that it's unable to connect it. So let's see the system DB. Okay, it is connected. What about the KPS for HANA? So it is connected, right? I don't see any password issues. It's connected, KPS for HANA. I don't see any issues. So, but you can check it out.
Yes, sir.
దీనికి చార్జర్ పెట్టమని
Okay. So
ఇందులో పెట్టుకోను మా ల్యాప్టాప్ లో నాకు ఇందులో ఎట్ట పెట్టుకోవాలో రాదురా నేను పెట్టినా
again it is connecting. Know what happened.
Yes, same.
Disconnecting, right?
Yeah, it's disconnecting. You want to try it out?
Yeah. Let me see what happened. Okay. Let me check the ports and everything. So, and check the connection test from DB1 to DB2, vice versa. Okay. Ping will give you the information. Okay. Whether it is connecting or not. Then, yeah, the main thing is here, once all the preparation steps, installation, everything is done, so we have to maintain the same size as source and target also. So DB1, whatever the same size memory you have, DB2 also same size. Why? Because here you have the 1 terabyte. If you maintain the 500 GB here, so here 1 terabyte data is there. How this 1 terabyte data will be replicated to the DB2 database, right? It should have the same size, right? So, or more than that, but not the lower than the source, then you should get the problems. So same version or higher, or same space, same size, same memory, same structure, you have to, everything should be the same. So db2 means secondary, means same as like primary. Okay, shadow like concept. So check the connection test working fine means, then so using the system db, using the system db so using the system db, enable the enable the replication using the system db, enable the replication using the system db, enable the using the system db, enable the replication from primary, means db1 to db2, enable the replication. So in the system db there is a right click. If you right click it, we will get the system replication option, so that we can do that one system replication option, that we can perform that one here. So that is the db1 to db2, that we can do that one, right? That is the enable the system replication option. So then, so this is on the primary using the system DB primary. Okay, primary, we have to enable it here. So then now secondary also up and running fine, right? Now secondary, we need to register the secondary onto primary means our db1 node here. Your primary is the db1 node, secondary is the db2 node. Okay, secondary is the db2. So this is a different host name, this is a different host name, but sid instance number is same and sid instance numbers are same here, right? That is the main thing here, primary and secondary, we need to register the secondary onto primary here, right? So that is the main thing we need to check it out here, right? Using the system db, enable the replication from db1 to db2 here. So check the connection test from, this is the one, and restart the secondary to see whether secondary is coming or not here, right? So that is the main thing here, right? So once that is done, secondary, we need to register secondary into primary. That is done. Okay. While registering, it will ask the replication modes here. While registering, so it will ask we have to provide while registering. So we have to provide the replication modes and the operation modes here. Operations modes here, replication modes and operations modes. So we have to provide it. They are the two types of and three types of replication modes and operation modes are there that we will discuss when we are doing this practical work here, right? While registering, we have to provide it here. Once done, once the secondary register into the primary, then that replication, high availability replication is done. Then monitor the replication status from system DBs from primary system DB here. We have to secondary will not be accessible. Why? Because you registered secondary into primary. So no direct changes are allowed in the DB2 database. Only this database is fallback mechanism for DB1. Also, you cannot do any direct changes are here. If you do the changes here, immediately it will be reflected to the DB2 node as well. DB2 node as well, it will be reflected. So we can we cannot connect it immediately. Then monitor the replication status in the we can check the status here. If we go to the HANA Studio, so there we can check the replication status there. There we can check the all the replication status and everything. We can check it out here. So whether it is configured or not, all the information we can check it out from there. So that is what we can do in the systems here. That is what we can do in the systems here. Replication status, we can check it out. Replication status, we can check it out here. That's what we can check it out. So once you've done the replication status, so we can see everything will come to the green status. So replication is fine now. So anytime, so we can also use the takeover command. So perform the takeover as a testing, perform the takeover. Takeover means, so takeover means once you done the changes here, immediately if you do the takeover, this one DB2 will become DB2, means the DB1 will become secondary, DB2 will become primary, so that so this database is active, we can connect to the DB2 database, then takeover from the takeover, then validate the changes here. Validate the changes. Whatever you performed in the primary, whether it's all reflecting to the secondary database or not. So we can check it out here. We can check it out in the DB2 database here. Right? So this kind of changes we have to perform as a HA configurations. This is the HA configuration here. So people will ask you the most of the questions on, have you worked on the HA setup? Yes. HA configuration. Yes. So can you tell me the steps how you performed the configurations or steps here? So this is the procedure we have to explain. This is the way it will works here. How to perform the takeover. There is a takeover option or voice level commands. We can use the takeover. So that will take over on the DB2 will be DB1 and DB2 will be DB1. It will become active here. Then validate the changes here. Right? So that will happen in the systems here. Okay. So that is the things here. Okay. This is the takeover command will perform that one here. Okay. So this is the DB2 takeover and the command. So any questions on the replication? Practical tomorrow will perform. Meanwhile, I will fix these issues. So we'll perform tomorrow how the so secondary host we required, then we'll install the HANA database on the both the host and these things will perform it here. Okay. That is what we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. So any questions, anyone?
We can take snapshots of Hyper-V also.
Yeah, Hyper-V also we can take the snapshots. Yeah, it's possible. Just right click. So there is a checkpoint. If you open it, it will be take the snapshot. We can revert it in any case. Suppose if you see here, gem server, we have 1610, we have taken the backup, right? You just right click and apply it. So that is the system will go to the 1610th mode.
So in HANA Studio, we have resident memory and total memory. What is the difference between the resident memory and total memory? In in view tab.
Yeah. Resident memory. There is HANA memory management. I will explain it. Don't worry. HANA
Okay.
memory management. In the HANA memory management, so there is a concept HANA used memory, HANA free memory, HANA resident memory. There is a concept. So after this class, that will come. So, but since you asked that question, right? I will
Right.
give you the over high level. What is
Okay.
the resident memory means? Resident. So resident means so on top of the operating system, just giving the overview, but again, I will give you the high level, but detailed way. So in case of this is your operating system, right? In this
Yes.
is the operating system, you have the 1 TB of memory, you have example, right? So in this, when you install the OS will install the some kind of information here, some kind of OS programs, it will use it here in 1 TB RAM. Then when you install the HANA will use the some amount of memory, but immediately HANA will not use all the memory, right? There is a depends upon the data. HANA will use some memory. This is called the HANA used memory. Entire this HANA free memory plus used memory and this all these things are called the HANA resident memory. So which means in the entire your host, HANA is resident. Resident means residence. Tenant. Residence means renting. So HANA is renting on top of your operating system, right? So that is why, so renters, we will call it as the renters, right? So HANA is residing, then renters. So then that memory, that usage memory free plus used memory is called the resident memory. Only used memory means under how much currently the DB says, that is called the used memory. Free memory means how much is free. That is the free memory. This is the OS level free memory. So HANA, what as per the nature, HANA will use the, so HANA used memory fine. HANA free memory, it will use it here. Free memory, it will use it. In case of free memory also over, then when it is starting the HANA OS level memory, then your Linux OS will go to the hung status. Why? Because all the memory is gone. Then it will start. So this memory, so HANA free is gone. Then immediately you are in the dangerous status. Anytime your OS will go crash.
In resident memory, OS level operating system memory also included.
Right. OS level, some programs also will be included.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So there is a something is missing here. Okay, that I will check that part. Why it is keep on disconnecting first of all. It's not sure, but I will check that part. What I have to do here? No.